Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakah, Kadash, double and set elder apostles, Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to the brothers doing work, sincerity and truth, pushing this word to the four corners. I was just meditating on Amos 5 and 18. Because so you have, groups where these guys they know they're Israelites, but then, they're not uh you know, dealing with prophecy as far as to understand, what the current times are, and really it's the big prophecies, man. What's the MOTB, and essentially what's going to be going down in this time, now where the day of the Lord is not nigh at hand. These men are you like these BOW guys, getting upset. And it's always with these guys, to be able to say, they're talking shit, blah blah blah, cut on this, cut on that. Oh, it's not talking about the sea hip. Okay, it's not talking about, but what is it talking about then? Break that down. And there's always some squirt that's just, jumped out of the ground, 6 months ago, that's able to talk about it. And then you got men like, Nate, Bishop Nate, where, he's saying one thing years back on camera in 4K. And then, you go to the modern day, and he's completely his car's swerved, and it's switched lanes, and it's saying something completely different. So if you're to then, if you're looking for the answer, you might think, oh, it's that. Oh, it's an embargo. And then you swerve. Then all of a sudden it's Nero Caesar, even though the prophecy was written after that. That guy wasn't even on the scene anymore. So it's Nero Caesar. He put his face on the money. But then it's that that's the confusion. But then that's why it's always I was meditating on it. It's like, to what end is there in it for you? I'll read it. Amos 5 and 18 says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you?" And what end is it for you to, you're meditatingly saying, that's what you're saying. It's it's a day of confusion, really, for them, as these things, because that's the thing is they can say what it's not. So that means when the sea hit becomes mandatory, what's gonna happen? They're the guys that listen to them, the guys that follow them, the guys where, and especially with Nate. Nate's a guy that's flip flopped on cam, in 4K. This guy's all, he's doing the lessons. You go back like 15 years. This guy weren't doing too much, but now he's got the whole. He don't go out like that, but he live streams. So he's got, bottomless footage of him, saying, and then flip flopping from one thing to the next. When you deal with, the apostles on down, you go to the older videos, it's you're not getting a flip flop. You're not getting where it's like, oh, actually, it's one thing. Then it's, you flip, and it's like, oh, it's a different. No, it's consistent. And that's why it's, a guy that's just, popped out the ground, 3 months ago. He just started growing his beard. Yeah, he's only realized, 2 months ago, to check the ingredients list when he's buying food. uh, and then he's saying like, nah, he's trying to admonish the apostles. You know, that guy's insane. Like, what? Who is this guy? Mind you, the only reason he's teaching what he's teaching is because of the word going out, hopping on YouTube, and then the apostles hopping on YouTube and blowing up and going international to where the word's all over the globe. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light. And yeah, it's going to be darkness and not light. A lot of these guys are going to be caught, in the darkness. Because that's the thing is what, and another thing, what the name of the Lord, Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. For you to, to have a covering in that day, you're going to need the name. And, if you're saying, madness is going down. Now, the one, you need to know what the MOTB is, because that's, you take that, you're marked. You're done, man. You're toast. You go Revelation 14, it'll give you in explicit detail how done you are. And then, what is it? You're not gonna have the understanding to know what it is, and then you're gonna be caught out there, man. If you don't know what the prophecies are, if you don't know what's getting ready to happen, you're gonna be caught out there. And then once you take that mark, you're done, man. You're toast. You're cooked. As an Israelite, it's a wrap. It's game over. You failed. Good day, sir. And that's what you're gonna have for a lot of these, guys where it's like they might be watching more cameras. They might just see it as entertainment. Then it's you're gonna be like, oh, what's the name? Because if you ain't got the correct name, like I said, it's like you ain't gonna have no covering. You're just gonna be out there. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Yeah. So you're fleeing from one danger, which it might be, it might be the hunger, it might be the martial law, might be the civil unrest, lack of food, lack of resources, or you're just out in the sticks. Just like, damn, don't even know, you're fleeing from what they call it, out of the frying pan into the fire is the term, where it's like, you escaped from one, hardship and then jumped out into worse. And then wild animals, that's gonna be peak as well. Even now with mostly things kind of running, you'll sometimes get animals, bust out from zoos. But you got a whole bunch of exotic animals that might just, bust out, just be like, okay, when madness is going to bust out from the zoo. And then, you might have them just getting like, a bear just being like, yo, this guy's been caged up. He's traumatized. He's psychologically destroyed, just like everyone else in Esau's land. And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna let loose. Same for a lion, man. Lion will get loose, be like, yo, be like, these motherfuckers been taking pictures of me. I was like, I ain't take a picture of this. Something much, just disembowel. Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Yeah, when you think you've got a reprieve, when you think you got a moment to rest, you can chill. You're like, oh, Oh, you got away from it. It might have been some cannibals outside where you heard them running wild. There's Mad Max in the thing up, and you were like, oh shit, you get hide in the room, you duck underneath the window, so you just like, hold your breath as they walk past. You're like, and you're like waiting. Then they leave, and you think, oh shit, think fuck. Then some next nigga just wallops you on the head, man, and you wake up chained in his basement with your leg chopped off, man. Man, sauteing your leg. Yeah, shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it. And yeah, that's the level of harshness, rawness, to where you're gonna need someone having your back. The only one you can have in your back is Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Hashem Harakah. That's who you need having your back. That's why you need, the correct name to go through, the correct channels to go through. If you're calling on Jesus Christ, Jesus Christos, you're calling on some slimy, some new guy. Like then who's is it? You calling some other creature. Then how's that's not gonna work out in your favor. There's people out here that calling on Jesus Christ all day long, man, and they ain't Hebrews, they ain't Israelites, and they don't know the truth. Calling on some Jesus, like what? Jesus Christ? What are you talking about, bro? But that's why it's something where that understanding is gonna become core to survival. It's gonna be necessary. It's gonna be essential information. And once it gets real, that's why brothers are occupied in these post-apocalyptic movies, man. These end of the world movies. Because why? It puts you in the mindset of what's to come, and really, that's what we desire. We're not thinking about building up. We're not wanting to get buildings, schools on this side, because why? Everything here is going to be dissolved. This is on this it's we need to do to survive, but then it's not like it's not then just like, okay, yeah. Do we need to do to survive? It's not then like what do you call it? We're looking to set down roots. We know it's no continuous. It's just it's hair, man, for the time being, and then this is all gonna be dissolved, man. These dollars, these pound coins, these great British pounds. We're not gonna be bringing them into the kingdom, even the flesh. You might get some Ralph Lauren or whatever, or some LV. We ain't really bring it into the king. Even get Rolly, ain't bringing the Rolly to the kingdom, man. Come on, man. It's we're here for the time being. We're making do, and then it's all gonna be dissolved. The things that are of true worth is what? It's spiritual treasures building up in the heavens, and then what? Even spiritual wisdom. That's what's gonna, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability at that time. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom.